Hello and welcome everyone. How's everybody doing today? I had no energy to do it yesterday, but I'm here today. So I've got my whole studio, everything. I refreshed everything again today. Did wash down the floor, wipe down the floor. And took my garbage out, all that good stuff. Everything's good. Hey, hello. I made it for 20 minutes of being subscribed for 20 minutes. Doesn't mean that people can't listen still. If you're new here, you can still listen for 20 minutes. And if it's something that, you resonate with, subscribe to this channel. I noticed that there's at least one person that keeps unsubscribing and subscribing whenever I go live. And this way, those people like that, they can't come in here and interrupt the live stream. And those type of people are just trolls, and they just come in here and interrupt the live stream when I'm doing a collective reading. So I'm not doing personal readings or private readings right now. I'm doing a general collective zodiac sign readings from Aries through Pisces. And we're going to see, this is the new moon rising. This is the new moon in Cancer. So we are going to find out what is rising in you, what the moon's message is, and what is the possible outcome. All right. So remember, you are always in control of your own life, and you can change anything that is not resonate with you. All right. So that's what you're going to do. Today's angels we have here is Archangel Uriel. It says, you know what to do. Shine the light on some things, that may bring, helps things solve things. If you bring something to the light. Trust in your inner knowing and act with unwavering faith. You know what to do, Archangel Uriel. And if you don't feel like you know what to do, ask Archangel Uriel. Remember to have clear intentions about what you want and then go after it, right? Archangel Michael, be clear about what you desire and then focus on it with unwavering faith. Like there's nothing else that matters. That's what you want, right? So that's manifesting through the Most High, our Father in heaven. All right, so relationship harmony, Archangel Rahu. We angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments, conflicts will be resolved. If there's any arguments, conflict, or anything in your family, when it comes to love, it's going to be solved. Okay, when it comes to hard matters of the heart, I am a Gemini sun, so I'm wearing my Gemini pendant and my moon pendant because I'm doing a new moon reading today. I made these. So, and then we have patience, Archangel Jovial. Your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize, and still they need nurturing and patience. And that reminds me to tell you guys that I moved some plants around today, and I noticed that some of the plants are very dry already. So that means tomorrow I'm going to be doing watering all of my plants in this house. And this is like a greenhouse where I live. Like my plants are I live with my plants. They don't live with me. I live with them. There's way more of them than me. So we have outdoors, Archangel Jovial, go outside, get fresh air, connect with nature, release stress, and gain new perspective ideas. All right, you guys ready? And creative writing, write down your thoughts in the journal, pin them in an article, and little things that we remember, write them down. I actually want to come on here and just talk one of these days. And today I woke up thinking that already again, and I'm ready to come and speak about what I'm here to, why I'm here, and why I feel like that I'm here to do what I'm doing. So, anyways, we're going to get started with Aries at 4:18 for Aries. 4:18 for Aries, and I'm not going to shovel too much because yesterday, the day before yesterday, I shuffled a lot of shuffling. I did a lot of shuffling because we did a detailed energy check-in for love. So those ones I did, and I also did an energy element reading, earth, water, fire, air. And so my hands, I have arthritis, and carpal tunnel, so my hands are a little sore today. So we're just going to do the moon manifesting deck, which I have right here. We're going to use this deck today, and we're going to pull a card for what is rising in you, Aries, and then what the moon's message is, and what is the possible outcome. All right. So I've already shuffled these quite a bit, so we're just going to separate them, body, mind, and spirit. We're going to put them back together, and then we're going to take from the top. We're going to take 3 cards, and that's your message. And these are general, so if you'd like a personal private reading, you can email me with your question. Donate how much time do you think your reading will take, and then that's it. All right. So at the bottom of the deck, we have trust, all is well. New moon in Virgo. That means that you've learned everything you need to learn to do what you need to do now. Okay, so that's your bottom energy. That's your like overall energy. I always say like the bottom of the deck. To me, that's how I've always read it. That is your energy that you're currently in, and you may be resonating with it like that, right? That you maybe having issues trusting that all is well. So that's doubting ourselves. So don't doubt yourself that you've learned what you need to learn. Okay. To go forward. All right. Believe in your good luck. All right. So that's right underneath that. And so what is rising in you? What is rising in you is the new moon in Libra, knowing that you are loved. And so you're finding that balance now, Aries, is that you are realizing that you know that you are loved. You could be dealing with the Libra as well, but Libra is the house of love, the house of, balance, the house of justice and all that stuff. So like that's the house of love, basically, is Libra. So it's saying that you're knowing that you are loved. Okay. So you're learning to trust yourself, and you're learning that you know that you're loved, and people may be able to show you better, right? Because you're open to it. So that's rising in you, realizing that you're loved. So you're starting to realize that, Aries. So that's a good thing. And the moon's message here to you is relax. Cancer new moon. We are right now. This is the time to relax. All right. So the pre-shuffle I did, there was like lighten up, be more in your lighthearted energy. Also relaxing, take a breather when you need to. Don't overwhelm yourself. Stuff like that was in the pre-shuffle. So it's time to relax. Time to relax right now in the new moon and Cancer, because Cancer is gonna dish out all the beautiful things, because Cancer is we are in Jupiter's in Cancer right now, which means that all of the love is coming in right now. So that Jupiter energy is like about expanding that love, like coming in. So that is what the moon's message is, that you need to just relax right now. Relax your emotions, do some meditations. I do meditations on my other channel. I've started doing yoga and meditation. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I just watch and then I see, right? So what is the possible outcome for you, Aries, is that you have your own card. Step into your power. So that you've learned what you need to learn. You learned what you need to learn about love and about trusting that all is well. And that gives you to have that energy to be really open to allow yourself to be loved and relax and stepping into your power, your Aries fiery power. Okay. Look at that. Good morning. Like the sun's there and the moon's there, and it's like, good morning. Right. That's what I got for you. That is beautiful message for Aries. So, hey, way up, dude. What's up? So now we're gonna move on to Taurus. So you're a Libra, right? Way up, dude. So you may be dealing with an Aries, because you could be dealing with an Aries. All right, now we're gonna go to Taurus, my Tauros, my little bulls, my little bull gang, Tauros. El toro. That's how you say it in Spanish. Toro. Yeah. Just kidding. I'm trying to lighten up, okay? Not make it so boring, so serious, all right? Because life is already too serious. And I want to be the fun. I want to be the one to help you heal so you can be more fun. So, so I'm expressing what we need to do. Lighten up. No, you're Aquarius. Oh, you are you? I thought you told me you lied in them. You told me before, because I always remember people's zodiac signs. So maybe you told me before, or maybe you just agreed to whatever, but you're an Aquarius, eh? Okay. All right. All right, let's go Taurus. Oh, we are at 10:00. Okay. So 1000 for you. All right. 10 o'clock. I mean, we are at 11:30. All right. For Taurus, okay, we're not doing it like that. But yeah, I'm doing it this way today. My guides, my angels know what I'm doing today. I was born January 28th. Okay. That explains you like you all over the community because Aquarius is about the community. All right, what is rising in you? What is the message of the moon? What is the possible outcome and overall energy? Bottom of the deck is speak your world into being, Taurus. You could be dealing with a Gemini. You could be thinking about a Gemini and speaking your world into being. And so that may be what you're doing right now. Manifesting. So speak your world into being. The first quarter of Gemini moon. Some of you might have been already doing that. And then we have what is rising up in you, Taurus, is that full moon in Virgo. Wow, that full moon in Virgo saying that you guys have learned a lot. You've done a lot of like hermit action. You've been putting yourself into a hermit. You've been taking some time for yourself, basically. You're taking inspired actions. So you're watching somebody and you're doing by example, like you following somebody that's. I always say that if you're going to be a follower, follow somebody that's great or somebody that's doing great or somebody that's overcoming something. You know what I mean? So that may be what you're doing. You're being inspired by someone and you're taking action. How that person's taking action. So that's great. That's beautiful. Full moon in Virgo. So that means whatever you've learned, you're taking action on it. Whatever you've learned from another person, you could be speaking your world into being, like, you're taking inspired action. What you've learned, you're taking action on. All right. So you're taking action on whatever you learned. So that's rising up in you. That's beautiful for Taurus. Love that for Taurus. And then the moon's message here is basically the community is here for you because we have the card of Aquarius here. And that is saying that open up, be open to change. With the community too, to be open to change, be open to like having somebody like give you some information that could help you, right? Because, that is beautiful plants back there. That's so beautiful, maybe maybe somebody is inspiring you and it's just helping you to be more open to change. I know that Taurus, they're not really open to change until they really know what's going on. And I feel like you're knowing that now because this Virgo action, taking action, inspired action, Virgo full moon. Whatever you've learned, you're doing it now, and you're now honoring your feelings. Yeah, you're doing that. Pisces energy. So what you want, your dreams, what you're dreaming about, what you're fantasizing about, you're really doing the work behind that, emotional work. So you're doing that meditation, honoring your feelings, how you feel. That's what you do. You go by what you feel, and you're speaking your world into being. You're being open to change. And this is what's going to bring beautiful things into your life, Taurus. Wow, that's freaking awesome. Freaking awesome. All right. I just want to look behind that card. Unleash your inner kindness. Okay. So speak your world into being and unleash your inner kindness. All right. So yeah, take responsibility for what you know is yours and with honor. Do it with honor. And as long as we learn from it, that's what I was saying before too. Like, so when we are sitting here saying, you wasted my life, or this wasted my life, or this, if we're talking like that, that means the universe is saying, well, you haven't learned your lesson yet because you think that was a waste of time. So that what you went through was a waste of time. So when we get into that energy, that's when the world says, okay, I'm going to give it back to you again, and you can do it all over again. I just saw 1414. But the world says you can do it all over again if you haven't learned nothing from it. So be grateful for what we learned from the things that have hurt us, and we've learned to not follow that same path anymore, right? So that's what I say. So, stay on the positive mindset, but lighten up, be more lighthearted, but stay in a positive mindset. Think of everybody as like they taught you something. Like, don't think of people as they wasted your time. Think of them as they taught you something, because then you never have to go through it again. Just saying. Okay. So let's go to Geminis. Geminis are going to be at 14:55. 14:55 for Geminis. All right, Geminis. I'm going to do one shuffle like this, and then we're going to split them body, mind, and spirit. All right, for Gemini. Oh, how they want to go together. All right, what is rising in Geminis? Being open to change. Geminis, you're open to change. So you're very open to change. And so this is maybe speaking, whatever you're speaking into being. What is the message of the world? Of the moon? Is saying honor your feelings. You're doing that. Wow, it's similar to Taurus. And you're stepping up and leading. That's the only different card that comes out. And it comes out in different forms than it did for Taurus. But you're stepping up and leading. And you're honoring your feelings, and you're living by example. And I see a lot of Geminis doing that, living by example. And, whoever wants to feel like Geminis or have a good life and learn how to get through this life and learn from it instead of being upset about what we've lost or, what we've gone through. Instead, own it. Own it. Yes, I've been through that. I wear my scars, you know what I mean? And so that you can be proud, and stepping up and leading and helping others. So, okay, so that's the message. At the bottom of the deck here, we have seeing the bigger picture. That is your all over energy, Gemini. Your energy is that you do see the whole picture. You look at things at the bigger, you look at things from a different point of view. You always see things differently than other people. Like you see the bigger picture when other people may not see the bigger picture because it may be a little bit of a distance, but when you're on point, when you're on the right path. And I feel like you're doing that because you are open to change. Geminis are always wanting to learn new things. Geminis are like the little children that always want to learn new things and never stop. And so you're being very open to change. You're seeing the bigger picture. You're not just seeing right in front of you. You're actually seeing in the distance what the possibilities, and you're doing what you're supposed to do. You're honoring your feelings, and you're allowing yourself to tap into your dreams and what you're wanting to manifest, Geminis. And you're stepping up and leading, and you're showing people how to do it. That's beautiful, Geminis. So the possible outcome here is that you will be able to show people how to honor their feelings, how to be more open to change, and to learn to trust yourself more and trust others that love you. And seeing the bigger picture. Don't just see what's right around you, but see the bigger picture in the situation. All right, let's go to Cancers. All right. Welcome, everybody. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I want to help everybody heal here. We do tarot here. We do oracles. We talk to angels. We talk to Jesus. We talk to God. We are very loving here, but we're also very honest here. So All right, Cancers. New moon Cancer. Yay! 1833. 1833. That's a good manifesting number too. 1833. That's a new start with manifesting symbol and then double threes. That's what is good. Body, mind, and spirit. The Holy Trinity. All right. Cancers. All right, Cancers. We have what is rising in you. You are honoring your feelings. Okay, so you may be living by example from somebody else that's learning how to follow your dreams, how to stay tapped into your dreams. So you're staying tapped into your dreams, and by your feelings. You're allowing yourself your feelings to tell you what you're really wanting in your life. And what's the moon's message is step up and lead, Cancer. And then the possible outcome here is work through your feelings. That's the first card that you're doing too, is knowing your worth, because that's Aries energy. Aries is about thyself. The Aries is the first house, which is the house of thyself. And so you're honoring your feelings. That is what you're doing. You're honoring your dreams, your feelings. And that way, once you are meditated enough and you are, and you're good, what you want, you can go after it by stepping up and leading. What is the bottom of the deck for you? Which is your energy, is unleashing your inner kindness. You're doing that. So that is what you're doing. And this is going to lead you through, help you work through your feelings of it all and stepping up and leading. So this is the middle card, that you're stepping up and leading in a situation because you are good with your emotions. You have honored yourself. You have honored your feelings, and you have unleashed your inner kindness, and you're also working through your feelings of it. So because you can work through your feelings, you can also step up and lead. And you are working on your feelings. I see that. What's the underneath that? Speaking your world into being, okay? All right, that's what I got for Cancer. These messages are going to be just 3 messages, 3 cards, 3 messages, and those are messages that will help you. And I know people don't have a lot of patience to sit around and wait for a 10-minute reading or 5-minute reading for each zodiac sign. So I'm going to try to go through it very quickly so people can really have that time to a few minutes to listen to their reading. And by the time I'm done, I will have them all timestamped so you can all go and check out your timestamps. And now we're going to move on to Leo's at 2111. 2111 for Leo's. All right, a couple more shuffles for Leo's. All right. Hey, Wanda. Hey, what's up? Thank you for hitting the like button. I appreciate that. And everybody else that's hit the like button, I appreciate that because it does make the video go around. I'm not that popular because, Jesus wasn't either. Jesus wasn't that popular either. But you know what? He was the good one. So, yeah. Thank you, guys. Be proud of yourself, Leo. All right? Be proud of yourself, okay? So somebody may have taught you some worth, all right? You could have been dealing with a Taurus. They may have taught you your worth because, stubborn people teach us our worth, right? When we always give, okay? Let's see. For Leos. Thank you so much for being here, guys. All right, what is rising up in you, Leos? Ooh, you may be doing some meditations. Yeah, I'm looking for some people that want to meditate with me. If you're in my town, hit me up, message me, DM me. If you want to come in, I have a few different spots in town where I go to do my meditation and stretching. And if I would love to have a little class started, I would love to start a little class, with people that are all beginners like me. We can all do it together. All right. So release your blockages. All right. So whatever you've gone through, whatever the hard times you've gone through, this is going to help you to release your blockages. And I feel like that is what's rising in you. You're learning how to release anything that's blocking you by meditating and, doing this and, just really working on your body. And the message from the moon is practice gratitude, being grateful for everything that you've learned, and that this is led you to better things. BBS. What is the possible outcome? Is seeing the bigger picture. So once you see the bigger picture, bottom of the deck we have leave the past behind you, that you have learned from it. Okay. So you're learning to, this is your energy. You're like deciding this. You're deciding to leave the past behind you, Leos. And you're also releasing anything that's blocked you. Anything that's blocked you from seeing things and seeing the bigger picture and being grateful for what you've already got and where you already are. So you are seeing the bigger picture because you have gratitude and you are grateful. You're not letting pride get in your way. And I know that's hard for Leos. So you're releasing the blockages. You're leaving the past behind you. You learn from it. Once we've learned from it, we can leave it behind and not repeat it again. All right? Because it would be the same thing if we repeat it again. So it's not something we want. It's not going to be different because we're repeating it. All right? Not if it's supposed to be a lesson. All right? We have to go through so many lessons before we get blessings. So we're going to move on to Virgo at 2431. $31 for Virgos. I might do some other readings later, like maybe ancestor readings or talking to angel readings. Those type of readings I haven't done very much, but I want to do them every couple months. So I'm going to pick certain times when people are going through the hardest times and do it at that time. So that way I can help more people that way. I kind of know by the months, like what's going to be harder months and what's going to be not harder months. You know what I mean? So, all right. Virgos. All right. Let your fears dissolve, Virgos. All right. Let your fears dissolve and cool your jets. Lighten up, cool your jets when it comes to like if you have a lot of like, if you're upset a lot or whatever, just let it be. Bottom of the deck, we have make time for self-love. And that is like taking care of yourself. I just had a nice relaxing bath before I came on here, and it actually gave me energy. It actually gave me energy. All right, Virgos, let's see. What's going on? What's rising in you? What's the message of the moon? And what is your overall energy? Your overall energy is thinking it through. Gemini energy, you're doing a lot of thinking. And that's like, you have your moon is in, not your moon. Your planet is in the same as Gemini, which is Mercury, which is communication. So, and thinking. So you're thinking it through. Did I already do that? I already did this. My goodness. All right, let's go. What is rising in you? You knowing that you are loved because you've done some self-love. And once we do that self-love, we know that we're loved. We start feeling it, okay? And you're doing that now. You're learning to do that self-love. Knowing you're loved. New moon in Libra. So knowing you're loved, that is what's rising in you. You're realizing your worth. You're loved. And what's the message from the moon is staying focused on the positive. Yeah. Once you've done that self-love and you know that you are loved, then stay positive, stay on a positive path, and see the bigger picture as well, because Sagittarius energy, new moon in Sagittarius is something that may take off at that time, or staying positive will help you just something to happen. That's the moon message from the moon, and the possible outcome here is being able to have more relaxation time, more time for yourself, and to be more at peace with your emotions, and just having more peace to think. Because you're loved, you've done that self-worth, self-love, you've done that self-love on yourself. You stay positive, and stay focused on the positive, and you're thinking it through with your relaxed emotions. Wow. That's beautiful. Hit the like, everybody. It's free. And if you want a personal reading, email me. Don't be a stranger. All right. Now we're going to go to Libras. Libras are at 2820. 2820 for Libras. All right. What is rising in you, Libras? Oh, you are learning to lighten up. You're learning to not be so serious. So you are learning to just allow your when you are have a lot of like thoughts about creativity, or about like even if you are like Leo energy can be very fiery energy. It can be also the Five of Swords kind of energy, like conflicted, or like it can be like that. But when you lighten up and use that energy for good and turn it into good, which is creativity, when you get creative with your energy, that helps you to lighten up. All right, use that energy for good. That's what you're doing. I'm not telling you what to do. This is what you're doing. That's what the cards telling me that. So if you resonate with me, then this is what you're doing. You're being more lighthearted. You're being more lighthearted, and it's helping you to be more creative, because you're not wasting your energy on being upset. Instead, you're turning something into something beautiful. And what is the moon's message? And this is going to help you shine, the Leo energy, right? Look. So the moon's message is this just shine, Libras. Shine. When you use your creative energy to spark a new interest, or to start something new. Look at this person here. starting something new with that creative, that lots of energy, and that's just going to help you to shine. And what is the possible outcome? Knowing your worth. Knowing your worth because you are shining bright like a diamond. You know, the sun is always, the sun, like, this is like the sunflowers face you because you shine so bright that they think you're the sun. So we got Leo and Taurus energy here in the bottom of the deck is that you're trusting the universe. You're trusting the universe or the people that you may be dealing with in your community. So that's what I see for you, and you're trusting it all as well. Wow. Everything that you've learned will guide you in the right direction. That's beautiful, Libras. Beautiful. Love the messages that are coming through today. I'm so glad that you guys are all in a very positive mindset. And when things get hard, that you don't let it overwhelm you, because that's important. We all go through it. Doesn't matter if we already feel it's coming. We're all going to go through it. So we have to prepare ourselves by allowing ourselves to heal our emotions, by honoring how we feel. If we feel like going outside, get some fresh air, or if we feel uneasy, go for a walk. You know what I mean? Go outside, get fresh air, connect with nature. That's one of the cards here, right? And be patient. Write down your thoughts too, because that's going to help you just dissect your thoughts and what you're thinking. All right, now we're going to move on to Scorpio. 31, 20, 28. 31, 28. Thank you guys. Oh, I got something going on over there on the floor too. I got some sewing things going on right here. But I knew I was going to do this. But I'm ADHD, so I think, well, I want to do this right now, okay? So that's why sometimes I'm not on time, okay? But I got other projects too. That way I never get bored. Gotta have multiple projects on the go. Whatever I feel like doing at that moment, I do. All right, Scorpio, what is rising in you? You're focusing on the positive more, and you're focusing on what you really want to happen, what you're passionate about, what will bring you moderation and peace. Because that's what that Sagittarius energy is about. To temperance, which is about peace and moderations. So this is what you're doing. You're learning. You're focusing on. That's what's rising in you. You're learning how to be more positive and staying focused on having everything more balanced. And what is the message of the moon? Is that to be humble, humble yourself, relax, watch the sunset, watch the moon rising, watch the sunset, just relax, do some relaxation, go have a bonfire, enjoy yourself more, and trust in the universe, trust that all is well. Bottom of the deck is cooling your jets. You're learning how to really cool your jets, not just jump to conclusions or jump, because this is helping you to be more balanced and be more moderation and not overdo it. So that's what your Aries energy, your self energy, you're not going full force all the time when you're feeling certain things, because you are humbling yourself by doing some meditation and stuff. And the possible outcome here is, you are detoxing. You're detoxing any negative energy or any stagnant energy, because Taurus energy doesn't really remind me of negative energy. It reminds me more of like stagnant and stoic energy. Things that don't move. They're kind of stuck in its place. And when I do it, it moves slowly. So you may be doing more cleansing in your home, or more, if you're a farmer, you may be doing more cleaning in your barns or whatever. I don't know. I just thought of that, because detoxing, full moon in Taurus, and you have learned to do this. This is the possible outcome, is that, what's the next card here? You're taking inspired action. Whatever you've learned from, you're doing it. So you're practicing, your Leo energy, which is your inspiration, and the humble side of Leo, like trusting that all that you want is coming to you. That's what the moon is saying, is when you humble yourself and you detox from anything that you don't like in your life, and you stay and focus on the positive, that's just going to fall off. Like the negative energy is just going to fall off. And the bottom of the deck is like you've already learned how to not be angry or like to jump with anger right away and stuff like that. So I see for you, Scorpio. All right, let's go to Sagittarius. 3507. 3507. And again, if you're new here, I put it on subscribe for 20 minutes for the people that keep unsubscribing and subscribing whenever I come live. So those are just nosy trolls. So anyways, if you like what I do here, then stick around. If you don't, then don't bother at all. And the only reason that person does subscribe and unsubscribe is so that they can come in here and talk crap. And I made it 20 minutes, so I notice these things. Every time I go live, there's one more subscriber. Once I'm done my live, there's one less subscriber. So I know there's one person that's being a jerk and a nosy bitch or whatever. All right, Saggies. What's rising on our Saggies? All right, what is rising in you is you are keeping your heart open, Saggies. That's awesome. You're learning to love yourself, learning to talk to the universe, learning to be open with your heart. And what is the moon's message is honor your feelings. So you're open with your heart. When your heart is open, you also have to honor your feelings. Because having our feelings exposed and our heart exposed, you have to also honor what you're feeling. If you're feeling hurt, distance yourself and go do some thinking, right? Or go near water, go for a swim, something that's going to help your emotions to regulate and really know, to help your heart to know what is right, what is not right, right? So that's the message from the moon, is to honor your feelings. When you're emotional, go near water. And you know, and that's why you can manifest that into being. And I feel like, you know, having your heart open is going to also help you to turn your feelings more spiritual than emotional, because that's what helps you to have more stability in your emotions when you turn your emotions into spirit, like thought process. The possible outcome here is thinking it through, Gemini energy. So by honoring how you feel and your emotions and what you wish for, this is going to help you to really think it through by having those calm emotions with your emotions. You know, when your emotions are all over the place, you can't think it through. And then sometimes we close our heart off because of that. So what is the bottom of the deck? What is your overall energy? Is you are taking that reality check. What is your responsibility? What is not your responsibility? Right? What is yours to carry? What is your burden to carry? What is not your burden to carry? Taking reality check, right? Because that is about you. That's about that responsibility, that Capricorn energy, right? Making time for self-love, Libra energy, all right? That's what I got for you, Saggy Wadgies. My boobs are... No, actually, this is a bathing suit. I just flashed you guys because I had an itch on my boob. And then... Well, I'm glad I don't to come on without a bra with this outfit on. Sorry. But it's a bathing suit, so no worries, okay? So now we're going to move on to Capricorn. Sorry, guys. All right, copies are at 3909. 3909. I flashed you guys. All right, Cappies. What is going on with my Cappies? Bottom of the deck, Capricorns, we got take inspired action. So whatever you've learned from, use what you've learned and make things happen from what you've learned. That's what you're doing. You're doing whatever you've learned, you're taking action on. So what is rising in you is making time for self-love. That is very important. That is the very first thing that we need to do. Because if we're not loving ourselves, nobody else can love us either. All right? We'll be chasing love forever if we don't love ourselves. Because like that's what attracts people to you is when you love yourself. All right. So learning, you are doing this. This is what is rising in you. You're learning to love yourself, Capricorn, and taking a reality check by the universe. The moon's saying, the moon's message is like you taking a reality check um, about that, right? So like, how do you expect other people to love you if you don't love yourself? So you're learning to love that self. You're learning to love your vessel. Your your temple. Our body is our temple. So you're learning. If we don't respect our temple, then we're not going to have a good life. So you're learning to love yourself and really take that reality check, right? What are your responsibilities? What are your divine responsibilities? And how can you, love yourself to look into that? What is the possible outcome here is taking less and feeling more. And this is going to bring your dreams in. This is going to help you to really get what you want instead of what you think you want, right? Because that's about your dreams, but it's also about your spirit and your emotions. So this is going to help you. We don't take our material things with us, right? So it doesn't matter how much you have. It's what you're feeling, right? And when you learn to love yourself, you learn to know that. The bottom of the deck is you're taking inspired action on that. That is your energy. All right, that's what I got for the Cappies. Wow, that's beautiful. We're almost at 50. We'll get through these readings before an hour. So that's awesome today. All right, let's go to Aquarius at 4202. 4202. Also, I forgot to tell you guys, memberships are $2.22 right now. So everybody can afford a membership reading. Membership. And members get like special questions when I come live. You can come in and ask a question if you're a member. And for $2.22, you can be a member. And it's not about the money, it's about energy exchange. So that's why I put it at $2.22. The messages are worth way more, but I'm just doing this so that it's not free, right? Free, people don't want free. People want something that's worth something. And I know that my messages are worth a lot more than $2.22, but then at least there's some energy exchange, all right? Not everybody can afford that. So for the members, and not everybody can afford like $20 or whatever a month. So this is what I'm doing for a bit to see if there's people that would love to get a message, but they couldn't afford it because it was like too much for them. All right, that they couldn't afford. All right, let's go Aquarius. BBS. I don't know what that stands for, but thanks. So what is rising in you? Forgiveness. You're learning to really forgive. Like let's say somebody screwed with your dreams, or you think somebody messed your dreams up, or somebody stole your dream or whatever. Or whatever, like, because it talks about your dream. That's why I say that. And you're forgiving something. And this is like allowing that dream to come back to you because you have learned from whatever you think was your dream. And it opens you up for new dream and new wishes, kind of. So that's what forgiveness is. So you are what is rising in you, you're realizing that by forgiving and saying, oh, like, how when we're upset, when we're hurt and stuff, we say this person or that person, or that wasted my time, or that was a waste of my time. Nothing is really a waste of time except for watching a video that is all like brain rot. Okay, that's a lot of videos on YouTube. There are a lot of brain rot, so be careful what you watch because a lot of it's brain rot and a lot of it's AI, so that's why it's brain rot. Okay, it's not real. I don't know why that was important, but forgiveness. So you're forgiving something from the past, and what is the moon's message? It's the moon's message is like take less and feel more. It's because that we have double Pisces here, forgiving, full moon in Pisces. This is also about forgiving yourself, for your spirit, whatever you thought you didn't do right or whatever. Forgive yourself and others by not thinking materialistic, but thinking more of what you feel from things. All right, that's what the moon's message is from here. Is like feel more of what you're feeling, and do some meditation in front of water and stuff like that as well. This is going to help your emotions to really be more forgiving. But I feel like you already are in that energy because you are Aquarius, which is about community, and you are somebody that could help the community as well. And the possible outcome here is revealing what needs to be seen. So this is going to allow you to show people what they need to see by allowing yourself to feel what you need to know to feel to share it with others, because you are very connected to the community and your emotions, and also you're very connected to that Scorpio energy, which is transformation, spiritual transformation. And this is helping you to get to that spiritual transformation, Aquarius, and reflecting on your priorities, what is important to you in your community, because that's your card right there. That is what your bottom energy is. So you're realizing what is yours, what is yours and what's not. What's yours to worry about, what's not yours to worry about. And if you feel like somebody needs to see something in a different way, you revealing that through your emotions. And it's asking you to just humble yourself, to do something that, make you feel loved and help you to relax. Okay. So that's what it's showing. It's just you need to do some, sit in front of a fire, in front of the water, whatever helps you to relax more and to feel these things. For me, it's water. If I'm in water, like if I'm in my tub, a lot of intuitive messages come to me. Or if I'm outside too, in the nice breeze and the greens and stuff. When I'm in nature, a lot of things come to me. So that's what I got for you, Aquarius. All right, now we're going to go to Pisces. Last but not least, my beautifuls. On the bottom of the deck is you are breathing through it. You are taking a breather. You're taking some relaxation time, Pisces. That's what you're doing. Maybe even going swimming or something like that. That reminds me of going to the beach, going swimming. That's your energy. That may be what you're wanting to do. So what is rising in you is you are learning to cool your jets. Not be so, not to be so like Knight of Wands, like, oh, I gotta go. You're learning to relax more. You're learning to relax more. That is what's rising in you. And what is the moon's message is clear your mind. You're learning to clear your mind, and really like that allows you to be more relaxed with your fire energy in you. So you're learning to really relax with your mind too by clearing your mind. And this is helping you to clear your mind. Doing this, going for a swim, is helping you to clear your mind, Pisces, because you are water. So of course it would. Of course, it would help you clear your mind if you go for a swim or do something near water, meditation even. And that is the moon's message, is this going to help you clear your mind, Pisces. And the last message here for outcome is make time for self-love, Pisces. You're learning to balance yourself. You're learning, maybe for some of you may be learning to balance your body. Or just to feel very tuned in. That's what I got. And you're taking inspired action. All right. Everything you've learned, you're going to share it with others. That's what everybody needs to do. That's how the collective works. We are all part of the collective, and that's how the collective works. We all share our thoughts and our ideas, and telepathy works. Telepathy is real. Cognitive. Clear cognizance is different. Is real, and clear sentience is real. All of those things are real. So these things that I teach here, because I'm learning that about myself, is to really help open all those things for you and to really allow yourself to be the best you that you can be. All right. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all and have a beautiful day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. God willing. Bye. Thanks for watching again.